Welcome to the PokePod. It's a Pokemon Go podcast starring me, Brennon, and my friend Dan. Say hello, Dan.
Hello, guys, and hello, Brennan.
Hello, I'm back. I'm back
Good to have you
again.
back.
Thank you. This week it's episode 4, Wild Arctic Pokemon.
Ooh.
Yeah, may remember from last week, I was on vacation in Alaska. That's right. Went there with the family on vacation. We took a cruise up the Alaskan coast. It was more than beautiful. It was awesome. It was everything I hoped it would be. And I can't say that for every vacation I've ever been on. This one was particularly wonderful. But
So, did you find any Pokemon?
yes, I did. And it was so funny because while we're out there, we were looking at glaciers. And then I took pictures of actual seals in the water, on the ice, around the glaciers. It was crazy. I'd never seen a seal in the wild before. So when we get into port, I am in Ketchikan, Alaska, and we sit down and we're drinking coffee, and lo and behold, a seal Pokemon. The first one I've ever caught, and I only caught one, but a seal shows up, and I couldn't
How
believe it.
fitting.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? I
That's great.
so I actually caught a seal in Alaska. Um, I wasn't able to do much Pokemon hunting unless I was in port because I didn't want to pay the crazy internet fees to connect through Alaska to connect through Canada wireless. Because
Oh
boy,
my God, you had to do that?
that's why I waited till I was in Alaska and used my cell phone internet. But if I was in Canada, I would have to connect to there.
I see.
Now I did connect in Canada to their airport Wi-Fi, and there were so many stops in Vancouver Airport. It was nuts. It was everywhere in this area. Another interesting thing is I had a layover in California, and in California I had three different kinds of Pokemon that I caught. I caught Sandshrews and Rhinodorns. Which one's it that?
Yes,
The
something like
yeah,
that.
the rhino one. I feel bad, like I can't remember the name, but anyway, sand type and rock type, and I had caught no sand type and no rock type the entire time I've been playing, but I did. I caught it, yeah, Rhyhorn, and I got almost enough to upgrade a sand shrew, but the other thing in both California and Vancouver, Cl- Clefairies. I had never seen a Clefairy before, but I got so many Clefairies that I was able to upgrade to a Clefable, and I am almost, if I just need one more to upgrade a second Clefable.
Nice.
Yeah, that was, I don't know why that's so regional, but there you go. Those were the most interesting Pokemon things that I had done while I was there.
Yeah, I was hoping to report that I had hit level 27 today, but I'm still 4,000 XP off. But I did have a level 9 gym being taken down today. We managed to build a level 9 Mystic gym here in my
Wow.
little northern town in Sweden.
Yeah.
And down it went after a couple of
Oh
hours.
my gosh.
And Snorlax returned to wounded to my Pokemon bag.
Oh, did he return knocked out, or was he still at one health?
No, knocked out with the new update.
Yes, I was about to ask if you had updated because that's one of the new things.
Yeah, I noticed that. He was
So
the first victim of that.
dun
But
dun
my story
dun.
today is not
Yes.
that. My story
Oh.
is that I finally hatched my Gyarados.
Oh, Gyarados.
Yeah, in my small northern town, Söderhamn, there is a channel dividing the town in a poor part and a good part.
Yeah.
And that channel has Magikarps. So,
Oh, okay.
and I do a ton of biking.
Right.
Because of the other GPS game I play, you don't have to bike as much but that in Pokemon Go. But it means that I'm an egg hatching machine.
All right.
They they have changed the speed limit. Also in the recent update, it seems to be 10 kilometers an hour, 6.5 miles per hour now, which is sort of bad for the biking.
Yeah, you would have to go super slow on a bike to get that.
But the distance is measured every 60 seconds. So that means if I go in a straight line, I have to go slow. But the other game forces me to go not in a straight line. So I still count a lot of kilometers for Pokemon Go. And
Oh, okay.
I run multiple incubators when when I know that I'm going to hit the Pokestops. The Pokestops are only in the middle of town. So I sort of
Gotcha.
have to go in a circle and then enter the middle of town to get new eggs. But I can hatch like 30 eggs in a couple of hours.
Oh my gosh. I
Yeah,
haven't.
so I get a lot. I always have an egg spot free for a 10-kilometer egg. So I get a lot of 10-kilometer eggs, and today I hatched my third Snorlax.
Oh my gosh. I've.
But
I'll say.
I also hunted in. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was
Go
gonna say
ahead.
I've only hatched 36 eggs total.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you get to have the multiple incubators, and that's the money sink in this game.
Yeah. It's the sunk cost, as they call
Yes.
it.
Because every time you have 9 eggs, you can't get the 10-kilometer egg. And that means losing a lot of 10-kilometer eggs if you have your eggs full.
Yeah.
So you better hatch them.
Yeah, I just bought 5 incubators before the show, and I'm gonna go out and tonight we're gonna go on our poke run, and we should hatch all of them because they're all
Don't
2K
do what
eggs.
don't do what I did.
What's
One
up?
late night, I was gonna refill with incubators,
Yeah.
and the big incense package, is
Yeah.
right next to the incubators in the shop.
Oh
So I
no!
accidentally bought 100 incenses.
Wow.
It cost a fortune.
Yeah.
And when I woke up in the morning, I was like, why do I have 100 incenses? So now I use the incenses when I go near the channel. It's about a 30-minute bike.
Right.
So it's perfect for the incense to get the Magikarps. And that's how I got the Gyarados.
Ah,
And
there you
man,
go.
is he aggressive? God, he was huge. He's very easy to power up, given that there are many Magikarps.
Right.
So I got him at 2077 now.
Woo.
But he's an extremely efficient attacker. He's only my 5th biggest. But wow, does he beat other Pokemon up?
That's amazing. Yeah. I was also gonna say this week I just took it upon myself to learn um, the Pokemon card game because I had played on DS and various, just the games, but I had never played the Pokemon card game
All
seriously.
right.
Like I had just messed with it, but I actually learned how to play, and one of the newest version of Gyarados is just like that. His first attack, it damages everything on the field, yours, theirs, everybody's, and then the second attack, it just goes nuts. It's
Nice.
Gyarados is crazy.
I did actually try Pokemon Black on a
Uh-huh.
Game Boy
Yep, I had white.
last weekend. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Sweet. Moving into news then.
Yes, let's talk about some news. Let's see. Oops. I guess I'll just start here. All right. For news this week, I wanted to talk about gym leader evaluations. With the latest update, the gym leaders are here to help you evaluate. So now you don't have to be sneaky and use Sylph Road's kind of guessing IV calculator. You can have whoever your gym leader is evaluate each of your Pokemon, and they give you a certain evaluation per Pokemon. So, what's important is the overall. So that when you get finished with it, it'll give you an overall score. So Blanche, who's Team Mystic, who both Dan and I are, says overall your blank Pokemon name is a wonder. What a breathtaking Pokemon. That means your IV is in the 80 to 100%. The next one is overall your Pokemon has certainly caught my attention. 67 to 79. Overall, your Pokemon is above average. Average is 50 in here. So it's 51 to 66. And then it says, overall, your Pokemon is not likely to make much headway. That is 0 to 50.
All right.
But they can still be impressed with some of the stats, so you'll get weird things like, it'll say overall your Pokemon is not likely to make much headway in battle. But then it'll say its stats exceed my calculations. It's incredible. It's like, well, that's because like one of them has a value of 15. So it'll tell you it sucks, but then praise its awesomeness.
Yeah, Blanche kept telling me that this is the tiniest I have on record.
Yes, I got that too for my Vaporeon. Yeah, let's see this. My Vaporeon it's only 2 kilograms, and it's 0.85 meters tall. So yeah, that one.
I got it for both my Vaporeons too, but they're over 3 kilograms.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, my which one was? Oh yeah, my Onyx was colossal. So
we haven't talked about Ivy yet.
No, we haven't.
We should get back to that in a future episode.
Yeah, it could be an episode itself because Ivy's been around in Pokemon forever. But it's essentially how effective your Pokemon will be. So, what news do you have, Dan?
Well, they did hit people with the banhammer.
Uh-oh.
A lot of people were banned for GPS spoofing.
That's good.
Yeah, there were some ridiculous people in Stockholm mainly. I spent a lot of time in the Swedish capital, and I found level 37 guys holding gyms.
Wow, really?
With a 3,400 Dragonite, I think.
That's ridiculous.
So, and that was like 10 days ago. So people are getting better. People are legitimately over level 30 now, but that was very early for a 37.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hard to level now.
Oh, no kidding. I think we talked about it before, but to get from 36 to 38 is the same as getting from 0 to 36.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I have a serious piece of news as well.
Uh-oh.
There has been a death in Japan. Apparently, a 39-year-old guy playing Pokemon Go while driving. Don't ever play Pokemon Go while driving.
Do not do it.
Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's dangerous to bike and play Pokemon Go. I catch Pokemon and hit Pokestops while I'm on the bike. But I really try to go slow when I do it because then the meters also count.
Right.
But this guy was playing, and then he hit a 70-plus-year-old woman and killed her with his car.
That is terrible.
And that is why you don't drive and play.
Yeah, let this be a lesson to everybody. Pay attention to the road. This is just a game. It's fun and we love it, but seriously, pay attention to your surroundings, just like it says in the opening. Don't have your head down when lives are at stake.
Also, I have something on nest rotations.
Oh, what's that?
It seems that the nest rotations either happens right before the big updates, or in a 23-24 day interval. The large updates had been with this interval, so but when the nests rotate, some nests will remain the same. And the last nest rotation, which just happened, introduced like split nests that earlier had like one Pokemon. And a nest is a place where a lot of these Pokemon spawns. You can farm them. You can sit there for a couple of hours and get plenty of them.
Right.
It's not a recurring place where a Pokemon spawns, but a recurring place where a lot of Pokemon spawns. But now some of these nests have dual types, so you can see a nest that earlier spawned Bulbasaurs. Perhaps today it spawns Bulbasaurs and Charmanders.
Oh, that's interesting because I noticed there's a street 2 blocks over from my house that it was always Staryus and Magikarp because it's by a lake. And
Yeah.
But now the only thing I've caught over there, I've caught Psyducks, which they weren't there before, and Eevees because they weren't there before either.
Okay.
So that's interesting. I didn't know that was kind of the reason for that.
Also, there seems to be something for the people living in Poke Waste. If you are in the countryside and you don't have any Pokestops, everything sucks. It seems, and this is fairly well researched, that if you use incenses, and you should always move when you use an incense because you get a spawn per minute or 200 meters instead of a spawn every 5 minutes. But if you do that and you are far away from Pokestops, you have a significantly increased chance of getting rare spawns.
Really?
Yes. So if you are out there in the middle of nowhere, use incenses and check out the difference. The difference is noticeable. If you do it 3 times and don't get more rare spawns than you got before, then they have changed it because this is probably temporary.
Right.
But it seems to be the case right now.
Well, that's cool. Oh, I meant to mention it in the weekend review, but I'll mention it now.
All right.
One other thing that happened is my house is right in between 2 town centers. There's the town that I live in, its town center. It's a very small town. And then the town center for the much bigger town they're just about equal distance.
Okay.
I rarely go into my town center because there's just not much there. But there is a gym in the middle of town. We have a ballpark where you can play baseball, softball, soccer.
Yeah.
And also that's where all the boating is, like where the docks are and whatnot. And it's huge, has a lot of open area. But there's a gym there. The thing about this gym is there is no place to park where you can attack the gym. You have to get out of your car and go to it. So today at lunch, I went to lunch and I parked my car, ate my lunch, and then I got out and started the trek to this gym because, like I said, you can't get it from the road, you can't get it from a parking space, you got to go to it. And I sat there, and it was an instinct gym, and I took it over.
Yep.
Good
work.
Thank you. This was 2.5 hours ago, and I took it over with my Rapidash, and then I parked my Rapidash in it, level 1334.
Yeah.
And my 1334 Rapidash is still proudly holding that gym 2.5
Awesome.
hours later. Yes.
We have 5 gyms in my small northern town. 4 of them are inaccessible by car.
Oh, wow.
One of them is really hard to get to with a bike. But the best one, I may have mentioned this before, but one of them is in the middle of a graveyard close to a church.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then there is... Did I mention this?
I don't remember you saying it was in a graveyard.
There is like a family tomb. It's the family tomb. It's the gym.
You're kidding me.
And there is a big text saying in Swedish then, but I'll translate that. Remember that death will claim us all.
Wow.
And that's the text you see on the picture of the gym.
That is I bet that wins for most morbid gym.
It's, and it's pretty bad because there's a lot of people. The church, the graveyard has two Pokestops as well.
Oh my goodness.
So people are hanging out in the graveyard. Not a good idea, I think.
Yeah, it seems a little disrespectful. I mean, I know you could say on one hand that it's open to the public, so it's kind of fair game as long as you're not trashing the place. But I don't know, people have a lot of emotion there.
Yeah.
Maybe be more respectful.
Yeah, that graveyard also has two important points in my other GPS games. So today I was biking there, which is not allowed.
Uh-oh.
And there was this grieving family standing by a tomb, and I was like, oh, don't notice me.
I'm just gonna quickly try to get across.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the gyms one is at the train station at the very, what do you call it in English? The place you stand on when the train arrives.
Oh, just the station or the platform.
Yeah, it's on the platform.
Okay.
One is another church that you can actually access by car. One is a water tower, and one is the town council house.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Well,
But they change owners a lot.
ah, I can imagine.
I actually been holding the water tower now for like 30 hours. That's
Oh my goodness.
surprising.
What's in there? What's at the top?
It's my second Vaporeon at 2079.
That's pretty good though.
Yeah, the other one is at 2190.
Right. Something
Let's
just
move.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
one other news thing, something just released today, on Twitter.
Okay.
There is a potential new tracking system to be implemented in Pokemon Go.
Yeah,
So,
we talked about that in the last episode
oh,
actually,
okay.
when you were gone.
When I was gone,
Yeah, the one that shows the pictures of the Pokestops.
yep, shows the pictures and it has the neat little. If you click on which one you're looking for,
Yeah.
yeah, it has a little arrows that kind of direct you.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
sweet.
Because it has. I'm looking at it now. Like it doesn't say exactly where, but it's pointing you in the direction to go.
Okay,
So,
very good.
yep, that'll be very neat, very handy.
Yeah.
Because I had been using PokeCrew, which is user submissions,
Yeah.
and
That is wrecked by nest rotation.
yeah, it is because I mean, I can look at it now, and you can see um, where there's just this huge mishmash on some locations where the nests were.
I bet.
Yeah, and what we talked about earlier. I can see where the Magikarp and Psyduck nest near my house is changed, and then someone got a Kabuto there. Apparently, I don't know.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that they were wild. I thought you could only hatch them because they were extinct Pokemon.
You know, I've been playing this game a lot, and I have not yet tried to track down a Pokemon. If I see them in the nearby, it's like, oh, then maybe they pop up, maybe they don't.
Right.
I never saw the footstep system working, but I never tried to find a Pokemon to this date.
Nope. The only thing I did is I used the Pokevision, and I went and got Pokemon before they, killed it.
Yeah, I never got around to using that.
Yep.
Okay,
That's
it's
pretty
time
good.
for the strategy segment.
Okay, let's talk strategy, tips, and tactics. So, Dan, I think you have something for us.
Yes. There seems to have been several like Easter eggs in Pokemon ball throwing. So when you throw your Pokeball, there are tricks. Some of them have been removed, but one that I just learned about is the L throw. And I tested it all day today, and it works excellently. So what you do is when you're about to throw the Pokeball, you just put your finger on the ball, move it to the very edge of the screen to the left, and then straight up. So you sort of make an L, and then the ball by itself curves into the middle and always hits.
So
I'm saying this on August the 24th,
Right.
2016, and I'm sure they will change it because they've changed other things like this.
Right.
But today it worked excellently.
So are you saying you put your finger on it, move it to the left, then up? Or do you move to the
Yes.
left, then come back to center and move up?
No, you move it to the left, to the very corner, and then up.
Okay.
And you often get a curveball or a nice throw bonus as well. So, of course,
Well,
this doesn't prevent Pokemon from breaking out of your balls
of course.
and stuff like that, but you will hit. And it doesn't work very well while biking because you can't coordinate properly. At least
No.
I can't.
Yeah, I think you should concentrate on keeping your bike straight up and down.
I catch a ton of Pokemon while biking, but
Nice.
I often miss with the balls. I'll tell you that.
That's the Dan sunk cost, is the constant throwing and missing on the bike.
No, I actually have to. As you can hit so many Pokestops on the bike, I often have to discard revives, even balls, normal balls. Then, and at one time I was down to only keeping the max potions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and deleted all the super potions and stuff.
That is
And the hyper
crazy.
potions.
I don't have nearly that many stops.
No, it's but there are like 15 in the middle of town here, and when I am in Stockholm, there are a lot. Like I've said before, I can hit 3 from my bed in Stockholm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the game is so unbalanced, but I've been ranting about that before.
Yeah, that's true. Especially if wherever the previous game that it was built on top of happens to have had a large player base.
Yeah. Let me know what if the L throw works for you.
Yeah, I will. And also, for those listening, we want to hear from you. Any of your tips and tactics. Also, if you have any Pokemon jokes, we'll say them. We'll give your name or handle, whatever you want to be called, and then we'll say them at the end. We'll, say your joke or give your tips and tactics. So please send us this information. How can you reach us? Several ways. On Twitter, you can tweet at Dan at Dan Horning, or me at Cerulean Says Hi. Go to our Facebook page, the PokePod Podcast, all one word. Also, you can find these videos on Hard Nerd Cafe on YouTube. Just search for Hard Nerd Cafe. Kind of like Hard Rock Cafe, but Hard Nerd Cafe.
If you are listening to this as an MP3 file, you should know that we actually have a video version. It's not that fancy, but there is a video version
There is.
on YouTube
Yes.
with pictures.
We have some pictures, and I try to, whenever we reference something, I try to have an image of it, especially if it's a lot of detail, like the Ivy information earlier.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for this week. So we want to thank you. Want to thank you for joining us. And so, for the PokePod, I'm Brennon.
And I'm Dan.
And welcome to the PokePod, everybody.